Ancient tools and burials, plants and seeds, Neanderthals. All these things we make no apology are the study of archaeology. But we don't do dinosaurs, no we don't do dinosaurs. Rated trials as one will call, no we don't do dinosaurs. I getting it? Maybe?
Hey everyone, I wanted to do a really quick video about where I've been. I've had a lot of people ask, and I appreciate you asking. I really do. I really do appreciate you asking. Everybody who has asked has been very friendly about it and very supportive, and I appreciate that 100%. Since people have asked, I wanted to give just kind of a video response as to where I am, what's going on, what to expect. So, here we go. There's going to be some discussion in this very quick video about mental health and that kind of, you know, mental and emotional health. So if you're not here for that kind of a topic, go ahead and click off. That's fine. Don't mind. If you don't mind that topic, then let's get into it. The past, now 2 years almost now, have been very hard for me. Harder than I expected them to be, and that I'm not unusual, I'm not special in that aspect, so I don't even know if the sound's picking up. So, you know, I'm not trying to be like, oh, woe is me. I'm just saying it was harder for me than I was expecting it to be. On top of it, I did have some issues come up, not personal issues, well, not like home personal issues, but things that I would consider to be professional issues pop up. That kind of caught me off guard, kind of caught me unexpectedly, and they negatively affected the blog and the podcast, the ArchyFantasies blog and the ArchyFantasies podcast. And then you wrap into that my already bad mental health, and it's just like, it's like a shit snowball. So it's taken a lot for me to kind of work through all of that. On the professional end, I honestly don't know how much of it I can talk about publicly. I'm not trying to be one of those people that's like, oh, there's a problem. I'm not trying to be like that. I just literally don't know how much I can say, because one of the individuals that came after me with threats of being sued and all that kind of bullshit, I am 85, almost 95% sure it is complete and utter bullshit. I have consulted a lawyer about it. The lawyer basically told me it's complete bullshit, but the lawyer also told me that just go with it, because it's really not going to hurt you in the long run if you just go along with it. I am very stubborn. I am very stubborn. So it took a lot for me to process through that and to make the decision of if I was going to cave or not. I think I came to a compromise that I am mostly comfortable with, and yeah, and that compromise was probably took longer than it probably should have, but it happened and it's over with. And I'm sorry for being so subtweety about the whole goddamn thing, but I really just don't know how much I could talk about it. It did affect the blog, or it affected the podcast negatively. And for that, I am sorry. I am actually sorry, but I don't know if it could have gone any other way, to be perfectly honest with you. So if you were a fan of the old format of the podcast, where it was me and two co-hosts, I'm sorry. That's not going to be the format going forward. I am still going to be on the podcast. Obviously, it's my podcast, so I'm still going to be the main host. I am planning on having episodes that are not just me talking, though there will be some, because personally, I think you need more than one person to carry a podcast, just because, I'm sorry, I got so much cat hair. Have a cat. You will understand. Anyway, I plan to have some podcasts that are just me talking, especially if it's a topic that I think is interesting or needs to be discussed because I think it's interesting and I want to discuss it. But I am going to go out of my way to bring on at least one host, a co-host, sometimes two, throughout the year, throughout the episodes, because I think you need multiple people on a podcast to make it super interesting, because that whole like conversation back and forth is really important, and I think people enjoy it. And I like having it because that's where all the jokes and the comedy and all that kind of crap comes out, and I like that part of the podcast. And I think that's another problem that I did have that I am willing to discuss is I kind of fell out of love with the podcast in general. I was kind of running out of topics, and I still feel like I'm very thin on topics that fall into the archaeological fantasies like umbrella. Like, there's only so many times you can talk about Bigfoot, and there's only so many times you can talk about Atlantis, regardless of how many times History Channel will try to bring it back up. There's only so many times you can really talk about it. I have come to the decision, though, that I will continue. If History Channel's going to keep bringing it up, I guess I'm going to keep talking about it, because that's kind of what I do. It's kind of what I do. So if you're a longtime follower of the podcast and you start noticing that there might be some topics that are being rehashed, I hope you listen to the episode, but at the same time, I completely understand why you wouldn't want to listen to the episode. But do keep in mind, that's someone's first exposure to it. You know, every time I put one of those episodes out, I get new ears, and I'm here for new ears as much as I'm here for old ears. So there you go. If you are a longtime listener or a newer listener, and there's a topic that you would like to see discussed, or you would like to hear my opinion on, or have me try to find someone who's a professional who can discuss that topic, feel free to email me. My business email is always ArchyFantasies at gmail.com. Always has been. No, I'm not fantastic at responding to every email that I get. That is one of my things to work on. But it's the best way to get a hold of me if you have like a long form thing you want to talk about. If you're leaving a comment under the video, I cannot guarantee that I will see it, and I can almost guarantee that I probably will not respond to it. The comments and videos give me hives, and I have such a hard time. I don't even read comments on other people's videos, so like it's going to be a physical effort to make myself read comments on my own videos. That being said, there's going to be some videos being made. I don't know how frequent they're going to be just yet, because I'm not really sure what I want to use the videos on the YouTube channel for, but one idea that I have had is creating a video version of the audio podcast, and I don't know what that's going to look like exactly. I mean, ideally, I would like it to be myself and my co-hosts for the episode, you know, having a head cam while we record the audio, but that may not be possible for everybody. So we'll see. We'll see what that's going to end up looking like. Maybe I'll just have like a cutout of Elmo's head, and it'll just be like me talking, and then like Elmo's head, or not Elmo, but you know, Were-sheep man. Anyway, I'm trying to make some video content for people because I know some people enjoy listening to podcasts on YouTube. Other things that I'm going to be trying to do is just fun stuff for me. The Archeo Gaming Collective has really taken off over the last 2 years, and so if you're not following the Archeo Gaming Collective, I really highly recommend that you do. It's not just me, it's a passion project between me and several other people, and we put out a lot of really great stuff. And we have a Twitter. No, we don't. We do. We have the Archeo Gaming Collective Twitter. We have the Archeo Gaming Collective Twitch stream, and we have the Archeo Gaming Collective YouTube channel, which is the backup for all of the things that are done on Twitch. And we've had 2 conferences now. Both of them went amazing. Like, amazing. And I hope we do a 3rd one, because like I didn't think the 2nd one would happen, and then it did, and it was great, and I guess we'll be doing a 3rd one if people will still work with me on it, because it was cool. We got a really good response to it. So apparently people enjoy it. What can I say? The other couple things that I really want to work on is I really want to work on paranormal archaeology. It's just that, again, it's just a topic that I really enjoy. I don't know how often that's going to cross over with the ArchyFantasy brand. There it goes. Okay, real quick, let's finish this up because my camera keeps trying to die. So, anyway, I don't remember where it was, but paranormal archaeology, I really want to do more with it. I'm not sure if it's going to overlap with the ArchyFantasies brand very frequently, but I know sometimes it will, and so I'll be sharing that when it does. And when it doesn't, the paranormal archaeology has its own blog and podcast, so you can follow that. Okay, so the last thing I want to hit on is Patreon. And I'm trying really hard not to have a coughing fit, so I apologize. I know some of you are still over there, still supporting. I truly appreciate that. I'm trying to revamp the site so that it gives you a little bit more bang for your buck, or just gives you anything. I am not myself happy with the Patreon site. It has nothing to do with Patreon. It has to do with my site. So I am going to be revamping the Patreon site. There's also one for the paranormal archaeology site, because I was like, maybe some people want to support one and not the other. You don't have to support both of them. It's fine. I'm just letting people know. But I will be producing Patreon only stuff. Probably it's going to start off being like blooper rolls and extended interviews and that kind of stuff. And then as I get an idea of what people want to see as far as Patreon only member stuff, I'll be continuing to expand. And okay, so to go along with the Patreon thing, there is a Discord. There is an ArchyFantasies Discord. It is going to be members only, mainly because I don't know how well it's gonna go. I am a member of several Discords. I enjoy Discord as a place to go and hang out with like-minded people, or just to talk about topics that are interesting. I've not been the mod of one of my own before, so I don't consider the Archeo Gaming Collective to be my personal Discord, because there's a lot of people on there that help me run it. I'm hopefully going to be able to create that same kind of assistantship on the ArchyFantasies Discord. But if you are interested in joining the ArchyFantasies Discord, which I'm not gonna lie, it's a little dead right now, but if you are interested, you will have to become a Patreon member. Mainly because, like, I just want to be able to moderate who's on there. I don't want just random anyone there. And I know that sounds kind of elitist, and I'm sorry if it does. I don't know what to tell you. It's literally something to maintain my sanity. But that being said, I think I covered everything. Like, I got my mental health in there. It is improving. I am getting help. And I highly recommend that if you are capable of doing so, that you do that for yourself. It is probably the best self-care that you could possibly give yourself. And if you are somebody who doesn't have access to that, you have my heart. Like, you seriously have my heart, and I wish there was something I could do to help you out. I did talk about the podcast, basically what happened, and hopefully what's going to happen into the future. There will be more ArchyFantasies episodes. They will be formatted differently. We're gonna have a good time. We're still gonna talk about fun topics. It's gonna be great. I did want to hit on the Archeo Gaming Collective because I'm really proud of them, and I'm really proud of the project, and I like promoting it because I think it's cool. Who doesn't like archaeology and gaming? I mean, come on. And then paranormal archaeology, which I hope to make something really cool and interesting out of that as well. So please give it a shot. Let me know what you guys think. Again, there's Patreons for both the ArchyFantasies and the paranormal archaeology. And that's going to be the way to get access to the ArchyFantasies Discord, which, depending on if it turns into an absolute, nightmare or not, we'll see. So I guess consider that like ArchyFantasies Discord beta. If you want to be part of the Archeo Discord beta, then you'll have to join the Patreon. So, and if I ever decide to open it up to people outside of the Patreon, I will make sure that my Patreon people get elite access, because like you guys were the first ones, you guys were there, you saw you saw the sausage being made. Anyway, I hope that answered some questions for people. I'm sorry if it didn't answer all of your questions. You can leave a comment down below. It will encourage me to start checking comments more frequently. I do have a very strict commenting policy, both on the blog, the podcast, and it will continue over here. Basically, don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk to people. Don't be a jerk to me. It's my feed. I don't have to have those kind of comments up if I don't want them. So if you post something that's basically you just being an asshole for the sake of being an asshole, I'm going to delete it. And that's just the way it is. Also, keep in mind that apparently YouTube automatically moderates certain comments, and I don't know what all of the triggers are for those. So if you posted something that you don't feel was particularly like mean-spirited, or just you don't think that it's something that should have gotten moderated, give it a minute, because I will be trying to figure out what the trigger is. I know that there's been a couple people who've approached me in the past and have been like, what the hell? I don't know. It's YouTube. It changes. I mean, there's sometimes you can say certain words in a video that you can't say in others. I don't know, man. It's YouTube. So work with me on that one. And yeah. Sorry to have been AWOL or just not as present as I could have been, but I was as present as I was capable of being. And thank you for sticking with me, those of you who did. And I hope those of you who didn't, maybe you come back. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe. And hello to all of the new people who hopefully will be finding us and joining us. And yes, I speak of myself in the plural, but that's a whole other topic. Anyway, talk to you guys later and see you in the next one.
Ancient tools and burials, plants and seeds, Neanderthals.
Thank you to everyone who supports the Archaeological Fantasies project, be that the blog, the podcast, the videos, the Twitch stream, or even just comes and chats with me on Twitter. Thank you all for your support, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye!
Are you getting it? Maybe?